All right, y'all, we are back with another video. And y'all already know, man, we've been on Whoopi for like the last month or so. She's been in the news with her remarks about Jason Aldean and his son. We know what she called him and the way she treated Judge Janine. And like, I seen a lot of y'all in the comment section. I ain't gonna say a lot of y'all, but there was a few people that was talking about, like, do I have a real problem with Whoopi Goldberg? And I said, no, I don't. I actually liked her as the movie actor. But the way she acts on TV and the way she treats her guests, I just don't agree with that. So I have to call that out. Now, like I said before, I do not have a serious problem with her. It's just I got to call out the way she treat her guests that comes on the show. Like, she feel like she can talk to you any type of way, and it shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? So this one right here is called Whoopi Goldberg Panics as co-hosts shame her for ending The View. And we all know that the View had got took off air, is what a lot of y'all was saying and what I did in my last video. So we're going to jump straight in. This is coming from the channel Just In. So like I said, make sure if y'all want to watch the original video, I will have the link to this original video pinned at the top of the description. All right, so make sure y'all go show that channel some love. Hit that subscribe button over there. And make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. Like I said, shout out to everybody that's been showing so much support. Everybody that's been leaving positive comments in the comment section. And I also want to thank everybody who just clicked on this video for the very first time. And I'm going to say it again. Like I said, I do not have a real problem with Whoopi Goldberg at all. It's just I got to call out the way she treat her guests, the way she did Jason Aldean, the way she did Judge Janine, and a lot of more other guests. She just talked to them crazy, and especially if you're a Trump supporter. You know what I'm saying? So she is something else, man. You can't just go around talking to people like that and just calling people certain names. You just can't do that, you know? So without further ado, let's dive straight into this.
The View is off the air, finally.
Put a finger in my face and yelled, "I've done more for victims than you ever will." Then I said to her some few choice words I cannot repeat.
Both TV
And give me the respect of watching me while I'm doing my thing. Or don't come.
Maybe I want to play it again.
Well, it doesn't mean you
What is
can't
it?
himself.
Turn on the television, girl.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
I'm leaving y'all.
It's just about it. It's about good values, this country, standing up for yourself and your community.
The discussion was about how I felt about that. People were very angry, and they said, no, we are.
Hold on to your hats, because it looks like Whoopi Goldberg is stirring up a storm over at The View again.
Hey.
The word on the celebrity grapevine is that her co-hosts are just about ready to roll their eyes into next week because of her shenanigans. Can you believe it? Now here's the kicker. It seems like our girl Whoopi is in full damage control mode. Yep, you heard it right. She's been churning out apologies left and right like she's on a redemption tour or something. You see, on March 15th, she apologized for the language she used on The View. The moderator issued the apology in a video shared on The View's Twitter account after she discussed Donald Trump's loss of the 2020 presidential election on air, mentioning people who still believe that he got, gypped somehow in the election. The word used is considered derogatory toward people of Romani heritage. You know, when you're a certain age, you use words that you know from when you're a kid, or you remember saying, and that's what I did today, and I shouldn't have. I should have thought about it a little longer before I said it, but I didn't, and I should have said cheated. And I used another word, and I'm really, really sorry, Goldberg said in her video apology. Going back to December last year, she also issued an apology for her deeply offensive comments about the Holocaust. I was asked about my comments from earlier this year. I tried to convey to the reporter what I had said and why, and attempted to recount that time. It was never my intention to appear as if I was doubling down on hurtful comments, she said, adding that she has talked to people, including rabbis, about her original comments. Goldberg first made the public statements on an episode of The View about 10 months ago, saying at the time that the Holocaust isn't about race, but rather inhumanity to man. She later apologized and was suspended from the show for 2 weeks for her comments.
I remember that.
However, Whoopi is at it again, and this time her apologies might not do the trick. In fact, fans are saying that her co-hosts should get her kicked out of the show because of all the negative attention she is bringing. Anyway, in her latest escapade, Whoopi came down hard on Jason Aldean's latest music video. The talk show host shared her thoughts on The View and didn't hold back. She questioned the use of imagery from the Black Lives Matter movement in the video. arguing that the protesters were merely looking out for their community and taking care of each other in the face of what they perceived as injustice.
You just have to realize that when you make it about Black Lives Matter, people kind of say, well, are you...
Evidently, Whoopi couldn't help pointing out that bringing up Black Lives Matter might raise questions and concerns about the video's message. She then went on to call out Jason and the writers for their artistic choices.
Interesting that never occurred to Jason or the writers that that's what these folks...
On the other hand, Jason was quick to respond to Whoopi's allegations. In a powerful display of solidarity and resilience, Aldean addressed the controversy head-on during one of his concerts. He spoke passionately about the true meaning of "try that" in a small town and the reasons behind choosing the courthouse location. Aldean asserted that the song is about supporting each other and standing up against violence and destruction,
what it's about.
regardless
That's
of
exactly
race or ethnicity.
Right.
He also expressed his disappointment with the double standards prevalent in the music industry, where songs promoting violence, drug use, and degradation of women are celebrated and rewarded, while a song celebrating unity and community is attacked and misrepresented. He tweeted that, "I have been accused of releasing a pro-lynching song, a song that has been out since May and was subject to the comparison that I, direct quote, was not too pleased with the nationwide BLM protests. These references are not only meritless, but dangerous. There is not a single lyric in the song that references race or points to it, and there isn't a single video clip that isn't real news footage. And while I can try and respect others to have their own interpretation of a song with music, this one goes too far." Meanwhile, Whoopi Goldberg's candid remarks on Jason Aldean's controversial music video have also sparked a wildfire of reactions from fans as well. While some fans appreciate her perspective, there are those who are not holding back their disappointment and even labeling her a sellout for her statements. These negative comments accuse Whoopi and the entire show as well of compromising her principles to defend the video's imagery. It's time somebody stands up to these self-appointed virtue signalers. Their views are not virtuous. They are ignorant. Don't try to make up, Whoopi. It won't work this time. One fan commented. A second fan added, "I think these women, The View and the network, should be sued. There is a fine line between freedom of speech and slander defamation." You see how Whoopi is bringing about...
I like that right there. There's a difference between freedom of speech and slander. That right there, I like that. It's a difference between freedom of speech and slander. See, here's the thing, man. You got so many videos out here, especially when it comes to like rappers. If you watch a lot of rap videos, do you hear some of the stuff that is being said? Do you hear and do you see some of the stuff that they show in videos? I don't see a video with Jason Aldean showing a lot of naked women just dancing, shaking their butt. I don't see Jason Aldean showing guns in the video. I don't see Jason Aldean talking about, drugs or anything like that. He ain't talking about any of that type of stuff. He ain't saying he finna run up on somebody. He ain't saying he finna break into somebody's house. He ain't saying he finna hurt somebody. He ain't said anything like that. You got a lot of these, like I said, rap videos, they get praised. I really just don't get it. I don't get it at all. But now you bother this man and want to call him the R word over clips that he got in his video that was already on YouTube. He just mixed it into his video. The song is just all about standing up for your town. Hey, you ain't finna come over here and try to jack our car. You ain't finna come over here and try to break in our store, rob us, whatever the case may be. That's all he was saying. You ain't gonna try that over here, or it's gonna be problems. And then what did the liberals do? What did the media do? They took it as if he was talking about black people. Like, man, I'm telling you. And that right there was my problem with Whoopi. Like, Whoopi, if you're gonna try to call out Jason Aldean, call out a lot of these rappers that talk about all these, with these guns and talking about they gonna rob people. Talk about that. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to do it like that, if you're going to mess with Jason Aldean, call out some rappers.
Negative feelings from fans of the show. And let me tell you, this is just a tip of the iceberg. In the recent weeks, she has done so much damage to the reputation of The View. So last week, Miss Whoopi had a major blow up that left everyone's jaws on the floor. Picture this. The topic of discussion was all about couples struggling to get frisky while on vacation. But oh my stars, did things take a wild turn. Our girl, Alyssa Farah Griffin, who's a sprightly 34, shared some saucy stats about couples getting frisky in public places. But hold on to your wigs because Whoopi, oh darling Whoopi, decided to take it to a whole new level. She started sharing more details than anyone could handle, going on about poolside escapades and water resistance. Yep, you heard that right. Joy Behar, who's still kicking at 80, couldn't resist digging for even more juicy deets. And Whoopi, well, she didn't hold back diving into the nitty-gritty of it all. But wait for it. The show's producer, Brian Teta, tried to hit the brakes, and Whoopi was having none of it. She was like, hold up, you tell me to get into it, and now you want to shut me down? The drama was off the charts. But that's not all. Our girl Whoopi has been on a roll these past few weeks. Remember when she set her sights on none other than Ron DeSantis, the Florida governor? That's right. She didn't hold back one bit.
What'd she say about him?
She didn't just throw shade. She rallied her co-host to join in the shade throwing.
Star prefers that television remains the...
Whoopi, at her ripe age of 67, unleashed a verbal barrage on the show that could rival a summer thunderstorm. The topic at hand, DeSantis' defense of Florida's new school curriculum, which some argue suggests that slaves actually benefited from their own forced labor. Can you believe it? Whoopi was steaming hotter than a freshly brewed cappuccino, and she wasn't about to let DeSantis off the hook. In a jaw-dropping moment of unfiltered candor, our Oscar-winning diva lashed out, calling DeSantis a disgrace on live television. The air crackled with tension as her co-host, Alyssa Farah Griffin, chimed in, revealing her disappointment in the governor she once knew from her White House days. The energy was palpable, dear readers, as Whoopi laid bare her thoughts on the matter with the finesse of a seasoned orator. As the discussion unfolded, the studio audience was left in awe as Whoopi addressed DeSantis directly. It was as if the whole world held its breath for her next words. With passion burning in her eyes, she called out the attempt to brush over the horrors of slavery, delivering a speech that could move mountains. And it didn't stop there. Ana Navarro, no stranger to fiery commentary, jumped in to add her own spice to the mix. Living in Florida herself, she had a front row seat to the culture wars DeSantis seemed to be fanning. She exclaimed,
How dare you? Shame on you people in Florida.
her words resonating like a battle cry. The studio audience erupted in applause as Navarro passionately defended the significance of teaching the brutal reality of history. But the drama didn't end with the guests. Even Alyssa Farah...
See, that's the thing, like Whoopi, like, she had to understand, like, man, you got to start treating people right. I mean, because if you get to the point for where you treating people like that every time they come to your show, nobody will want to come. How are you going to get ratings if you can't get big names to come and join your show? Because they know how you going to treat them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's the thing that I take from it. And I can see why the show has been taken off air. I don't know at this moment in time while I'm recording this video that it's back up and running. I don't know. But at this time, a lot of y'all told me that the show was took off air. And it's crazy, though. But you got to watch how you talk to people. Like we just said a few minutes ago, there's a difference between freedom of speech and slander. It's a way big difference. You just can't be saying anything to people like that and expect them not to say something back. So a lot of people ain't going to say nothing back to you. They're just going to try to attack your pockets.
Griffin, usually poised and eloquent, couldn't help but express her frustration with DeSantis' stance. I miss the Ron DeSantis I knew in the House, she lamented. Her words met with an almost eerie silence that hung in the air like a suspended note in a symphony. As the cameras cut to a commercial break, Griffin laughed nervously, almost as if the tension of the moment had taken her by surprise. It was a brief respite from the verbal fireworks, a moment to catch our breath before the storm resumed. And when the show returned from the break, Whoopi didn't let up. She rallied her co-hosts and viewers alike, passionately denouncing attempts to sanitize history. Don't tell us that Rosewood Massacre didn't happen, that it was our fault. No black people were involved, she declared with unwavering conviction. Her voice reverberated through the screen, leaving an indelible mark on anyone who tuned in. She ended her rant with, "You, sir, are... I can't even say the word. You're a disgrace." Whoopi's comments eventually brought an online uproar from...
Whoa. What the world she finna try to call him? See, that's the thing, man. I'm telling y'all, like, I would have never known that Whoopi was like this and she was talking like this to people. She was using these type of words. I would have never known this at all. Because if anybody would have walked up to me and told me that Whoopi Goldberg talk like this, I was like, man, you crazy. She do not talk like that. But man, have I seen the way she talk.
Were involved, she declared with unwavering conviction. Her voice reverberated through the screen, leaving an indelible mark on anyone who tuned in. She ended her rant with, "You, sir, are... I can't even say the word. You're a disgrace."
Wow.
Whoopi's comments eventually brought an online uproar from fans of the show. One fan asked, "Should ABC fire Whoopi Goldberg?" To which she got a lot of replies from fans simply saying yes. And another fan stating, "How can this venom-hating woman spout so much evil against anyone that disagrees with her beliefs and still remain on TV?"
That's what I was talking about right there. People that disagrees with her, which means if you go up on there, and we all know what she did to Judge Jeanine, if you disagree with her, if you don't believe in the same belief that she do, it's going to be a serious problem. Obviously, she do not like Donald Trump. Judge Jeanine do, and that's the reason why she treated that woman like that. So that right there, I know is a true statement right there.
Anyone that disagrees with her beliefs and still remain on TV. Another fan stated, "The View seems to get worse and worse as the months go by. The lefty ladies are constantly embarrassing themselves.
Yep,
Would you care if
lefty
it got
ladies.
canceled?" To which they got a response saying, "Don't cancel it. We have to have something to laugh at." Ouch. In any case, whispers in the air say that the directors of The View are practically in a tizzy. Will they give Whoopi the boot and try to salvage the wreckage, or will they keep her on board and risk? Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.
Man, shout out to Just In, man. That was an amazing video. Man. Like I mentioned before, y'all, I'm not gonna hold y'all up too long. We was in here for a while. It just, like I said before, it's a difference between freedom of speech and slander. You just can't go around talking to people like that. You just can't do that. Show others respect, and others will show you respect back. Like, I will be very, very frustrated if I went on a show and I got talked to like that. I got snapped on, humiliated in front of millions of people that watch that show. And that the host can just talk to me like that, and I can't say nothing back, really. So, I mean, stuff like that got to change. I don't know if they're going to bring Whoopi back, or they gonna try to get another host for the show. I don't know yet, but we'll find out. But y'all let me know down in the comment section what y'all think about all this. Like I said, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Like I said before, the original video to this will be pinned at the top of the description. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Just In. They doing a great job over there, and they doing their thing. So make sure y'all go watch the original video, link in the pinned at the top of the description. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.